What's happening? Welcome back. How to account for our opportunities. That's the first question in the Account for Your Life intro that we're going to tackle today. We're going to look at opportunities. What is an opportunity? How many opportunities do you have? How many opportunities have you missed? What is an opportunity you would like to pursue? Then the last question is, are you pursuing it? Or why aren't you pursuing it? Today, we're going to look at opportunities and we're going to look at how we can simply just based on yesterday's podcast, practice that principle. We're going to look at how we can turn opportunities into realities so that we can not just account for our lives, but have the things that we actually want for our lives. So, super excited. Happy Monday to you. Episode 987 here. And what an awesome and incredible day it is. So, when I was thinking about this just a few minutes ago, I had an opportunity this morning. I was wondering, today is April the 15th, if you're watching it on the day of airing, and it's tax day. And I was saying to myself, man, am I going to go to the gym or am I going to just skip the gym altogether and just focus on tax day? Some said, you can't do that. You got to go to the gym. And so I said, like literally, I was contemplating. I had an opportunity to say yes, or I had an opportunity to say no. That's how fast an opportunity shows up. Well, Jay, is that really an opportunity? Let's look at what opportunity means. I went and looked it up. A set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. There's a circumstance. I'm waking up, I'm getting out of the bed, I'm getting my day going, and I have an opportunity. There's a circumstance. What's the circumstance? It's tax day. Should I just give my all on that for the next how long? Then I remembered, here's what I remembered last year. Last year, I was talking to my partner, Shauna, and I think we were talking on tax day or maybe around that day. And she was just like, Badge is so busy over there. I was just like, it is? She said, it's not like bombarding you. No, I don't allow that to happen. I stopped doing that. I stopped allowing external circumstances to take over my life. And so when people are late, I'm not worried. I'm like, oh, they're late. Okay, we can file an extension, and they've got to handle their business. It's not me here. So I don't allow these things into my life. That was an opportunity for me to say, you know what? I can choose what I want, or I can choose what I don't want. And typically, do you know most people choose what they don't want? So let's look at that definition again. A set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. A set of circumstances. It didn't say that it makes it possible not to do something, because at the end of the day, you're going to do something. So we're either going to take the best opportunity or the not so great opportunity. So what other kind of opportunities are we looking for? I went and looked up the best opportunities in 2024. And these were business opportunities. Opportunities where you can actually make more money. Now, let me ask you this question. Are you pursuing an opportunity that would enrich your life financially, spiritually, relationally? What opportunity are you pursuing? So when I looked up, it was like that. I think they listed like 26. Do you know online bookkeeping was one of them? I said, that's interesting. Well, because most people don't want to do it. Now, what I can tell you about online bookkeeping is that it's not one of these things where you're going to get a lot. It's not a high dollar amount. You don't necessarily get high dollar amount from online bookkeeping. I'm not saying you couldn't get a high dollar amount. I'm just saying normally if you went to sell it, because it's more of a commodity, a lot of people can say, oh, I can get that for cheaper. That's what they'll say. So to get a higher dollar amount, you just got to have a way of positioning it that it's not really the online bookkeeping that they're getting something else. But here's the thing, it's an opportunity. Yeah, I think I saw like printing t-shirts was an opportunity. I saw event catering is an opportunity. Launching a newsletter, hosting a podcast, resume writing, personal training, drop shipping, graphic design, real estate, rideshare driving, lawn care service, owning a food truck, digital marketing, translation service, transcription service, freelance copywriting. What else do they have here? App development, medical courier service, consulting. What else they got? Online teaching. Yeah, that could be a good one. Cleaning service. I got the t-shirt. Pet sitting. And then lastly, online reselling. These are the best opportunities for 2024. They're opportunities. What's the circumstance that gets a person to want to do something? So how does one actually do this? And so how does one account for an opportunity? So the first thing that a person must do if they're going to account for an opportunity is they got to choose one. And the reason I say choose, I don't use decide. The reason why I don't say decide is because you may not be at the point where you need to make a decision. A decision is more so like, hey, there's nothing else. There's nothing else that I'm going to choose. I'm just going to do this thing and that's it. So you got to at least make a choice. So the first choice you got to make is, okay, well, if there was 20 things I can do, what would I do? Got to get it down to one thing. Let me choose one, right? So once I choose the one, then the decision comes. I was watching a podcast last night as I was finishing up my 500 push-ups. Do you know it's getting easier? Do you know my body doesn't hurt as much? And I'm 90 days in. I'm 90 days in doing 500 push-ups. Can you tell that, brother, man, got a little something going on? But yeah, so I'm finishing up my 500 push-ups and I turn on the podcast because it's nerve-wracking sometimes doing them push-ups. So I'm listening to this podcast, and it's a podcast called Social Proof Podcast. David Shands is his name that runs that. And so he had a hot seat with a young lady, and they were talking about business and opportunities and what she was doing. And one of the things that made me click on it was it says, know why. The person didn't have a why for why they were doing what they were doing. Now, last week, we rolled through the 4 P's. Picture. So picture is the vision, it's the desire, it's what we're looking at. And then the why, power. See, if we don't have a why, like if you don't have a why, now here's the thing. You choose this opportunity. You're going to choose an opportunity. Then we're going to make a decision. Then we got to insert the why power. See, because at the end of the day, guys, I can guarantee you business is hard. I can guarantee you business is hard. I'm sitting here looking at this drawing that we've had for the past 7 years of a whole enterprise. Even though I wasn't doing it for that. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it so that. Not doing it for that, but I'm doing it so that the people who needs me the most can have what they want to have. What do I mean by this? Through me choosing an opportunity. Now, my first choice was, you know what? I've got something that works. Making hundreds of thousands of dollars from this thing, which is tax strategy. So you don't abandon something that works. You don't abandon it, right? I'm not saying you don't move to other things, but you don't abandon something that works. So what I've discovered is that, this is kind of like You don't abandon it, you expand it, and then something else will expand with it. I already see what's happening. See, the why power, right, is helping me to understand, okay, I'm going to I'm going to make this opportunity the best that it can be because what's coming next is bigger than what that ever was. What's coming next is bigger than what that ever was, right? Because it's not about the money. The money comes as a byproduct. See, because when we're talking about working to account for our opportunities, we've got to realize that there's an opportunity in front of you, but there's one that's bigger than the one that you can see. Say that again. There's an opportunity in front of you, but there's one that's bigger than the one you can see. How do I know that is true? Here's why. Ephesians 3:20. God can do far more than you or I can imagine. Exceedingly abundantly, more than you could ask or think is what it says. And he does this through the power that worketh in you. Oh, power again. Why power? How can we tap into the why power? First, there's an opportunity in front of us. And so sometimes we want to discard the opportunity sitting in front of us. That's the first step. You have got to account for what's right in front of you now. That's how you start. You account for what's in front of you. I've said, you know what, tax strategy is a thing, but we're going beyond that, baby. We're going beyond tax strategy. But tax strategy is what gets it kicked off. What's your opportunity? That's sitting in front of you. God's got an opportunity that's bigger than the one that you can see. God can do far more than you can see, far more than you can think, far more than you can ask, far more than you can understand, far more than you can comprehend, far more than you can ever desire. God can do that. That's going beyond. You're going to account for your opportunity in front of you. So, all right, how to do that? You made the choice. It's a choice. You make a choice. Oh, I'm just going to choose what I got already. I'm not going to look any further. I'm talking to my client now, and she's trying to learn. Look, I get it. Like I learned a lot of things too. Here's the thing. I gotta take the stuff that I already have that's valuable and use it. Choose. Then I am going to make a decision. I'm going to make a decision that nothing will get in front of me that doesn't take me to where I'm going. Nothing. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go around it. I'm going to go above it. I'm going to go and I'm going to let go of everything that does not help me get there. I'm going to make that decision. I'm going to implement something. What do I need to implement here? Power. We've got to implement the power right here because this is where people quit, right? Oh, I made the choice, Jay. And in that interview that I was listening to yesterday, the lady made the choice. She made the choice to do something. And Mr. Chance said something that was very interesting. He says, you're comfortable. You don't care. You're too comfortable. You already okay. See, sometimes we get comfortable. What I've discovered is for me, I have to put myself in situations where it costs me more money. People have texted, hit me up. Hey, Jay, are you ready for that thing? Hey, Jay, are you ready for that thing? So I got to say, okay, because remember, sometimes especially when it comes to money, sometimes the thing that you want is the thing you got to give. It's not even just when it comes to money, it comes to everything. The thing that you want is the thing you got to give. Go find the thing that you want the most. The thing that you want the most. And apparently the thing that I want the most, not that I just want money, but I do. Why do I want it? That's the point. Why do you want it? Well, I want it so I can pay people. Well, get to paying. I want it so that I can, take care of my family, of course. I want it so that I can expand this movement. I want it so that I can enrich other people. I want it so that we can build something that lasts for generations. That's why I want it. But here's the thing. Is that enough? Do I have enough why power in that? Oh, here's why I want it for real. Here's why I want it. My brother always wanted it. He always wanted it. In fact, he did whatever it took to get it. Now, I don't want to do exactly what he did, but I do want to carry forward the fact that he wanted it. And because he wanted it and he can't get it, I have to get it. But here's the quandary that's before us. The quandary before us is that I do want it. I want to have it. But am I the person? Are you the person now? Here's how you become the person. You look up. I'm not talking to looking up to God. No, you look up. That's where the next level is. And you have to envision, that person. I know how that person would act. Since I know, I have to know how the person would act, and I have to act like that person. And by acting like that person, whatever opportunity I put my hand on, I'm going to look at what I see, and I'm going to allow God to take me further than I could ever go by myself. I'm going to allow God to do that part, but I'm going to do my part, which is whatever is in front of me. I'm going to account for it every single day. Every day. So if you have an idea, if you're saying, man, there's an opportunity I want to go after. If you know it, if you know something's in front of you, your job is to do whatever you see in front of you. By doing the job in front of you, and by allowing yourselves to start seeing beyond, God will do far more than you can ask or think. God will do exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask or think through the power that worketh in you. That's what he would do. Every day I see. And here's the thing. Jesus has a quote. We're about to end here. Jesus has a quote. He says, I only do what I see my Father doing. What does that mean? It just means that I've got my mind set on the purpose, I've got my mindset on the picture that God's showing me. I got my mindset on the purpose that God is showing me. I got my mind set on using the power that God has given me. And then I can, and as I'm doing those things, the plan illuminates in front of me. Just illuminates. Just seems so simple when Jesus did it. But I bet you it would seem simple if you chose an opportunity today. And then once you chose that opportunity, you make a decision and you go. Allow God to go further than you. God can go further than you when you start and go towards where you he is. And he'll say, keep coming, son. Keep coming, daughter. Account for your opportunities today. Allow the opportunity that is your life to be a testament to your family, a testament to your friends, a testament to all those who know you and are around you. Because your testimony will be a blessing to others, and others will decide to do things that even they didn't know that they would do because of you when you account for your opportunities. Guys, I thank you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Make sure you check out the description below. What you will find there are resources and books and programs that you can get access to that that we are looking to use this year to help change the world when it comes to people and how they account for their opportunities in their life. Guys, I thank you for joining me. God bless you, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.
This has been the Account for Your Life podcast. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.